Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Rink at Pegula Ice Arena in University Park, Pennsylvania, on the campus of Penn State University for today's JWHL U-19 matchup featuring the North American Hockey Academy Winterhawks and the Boston Shamrocks. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Kevin Stacovi here to bring you today's action in what should be another good JWHL matchup between two teams coming off a recent loss, tough losses, if you would, in their earlier action in JWHL play this weekend. The NAHA Winterhawks, dressed in their blue uniforms with red and white stripes, went 1-1 yesterday. They took down Balmoral Academy in their 9 a.m. game yesterday right here on this varsity rink before falling in a close, highly contested matchup to the Ottawa Lady 67s in the evening on this rink yesterday. Meanwhile, the Boston Shamrocks, they get their first chance to play on the varsity rink here at Pegula Ice Arena. They were on the community rink yesterday in their only game of the day. Ended up falling to the Ridley College Tigers in a game that they would have liked to see themselves play a little bit better in, I would believe. But we are underway here with the puck coming all the way back into the NAHA zone to begin things. Sydney Fess for the Winterhawks has it there, but a turnover. The Shamrocks come right back, and a wrist shot sails high off the stick of Riley Nichols. Now it comes back to Nichols in the slot. Low shot, misses low and to the left. Shamrocks looking to set things up, and a good redirect by Nichols there, but a sprawling save made at the last second by the netminder Ryan Basillo into the game for the Winterhawks today. I apologize. I know that Paige Bolliard was the netminder in last night's game for the Winterhawks. And again, played well. That was a very well-played game overall between NAHA and the Ottawa Lady 67s, with the Lady 67s coming out on top 4-2 with an empty net goal. So it was 3-2 for the most part in that one. Very well-played hockey game. NAHA has the puck in their own zone. It's Alexi Glay. She's playing catch, and now it gets moved to Via Graves down the right wing. She'll loft it in slowly on goal, where it's stopped by Bryn White, seeing her first game of the weekend here in goal for the Shamrocks after Alexa Matsis was in net for the green and white in yesterday's game. Bonifacio going to move it ahead. Shamrocks able to keep it in on the blue line, but now it comes back out to center for Katrina Dyer. And it's thrown back in again behind the cage. NAHA will have to regroup there. It's been a great weekend so far, and we're just getting started on game 2, where there are several games to be played on both the varsity and community rinks. A chance for NAHA. Shot down low. Stick to side. Now it's on the side of the cage. Shamrocks trying to get it out, but good work from NAHA to keep possession. Here's Sophie Holden moving it to the point. A blast into the chest protector. A rebound given up, but swiped aside to the near side. Worked around. Trishelle Bunn, one of 3 players donning the C on her sweater for the Shamrocks. The others being Jocelyn Hudenish and the backup goaltender today, Alexa Matsis. And it looks like we are going to have a penalty called here. It's going to be a body checking call. Our first power play of the day coming up, and it looks like it's going to go in favor of the Winterhawks, with Haley Modlin heading to the sin bin. So penalty to Modlin, 2:15 into this one. And our first power play of the game for the North American Hockey Academy out of Stowe, Vermont. Several college commits on this Winterhawk team. Places ranging all the way from Holy Cross, St. Anselm College to Robert Morris, Providence, and Boston College. Several players. One of the interesting things I thought looking in this matchup right away was Alexa Matsis, who's on the bench for the Shamrocks today, heading to Northeastern University, and a couple Boston College commits for NAHA could see a Beanpot preview. A little over a minute left on this Winterhawks power play. It's Emily Prive with the puck. Now a long wrist shot sails wide and hits the back wall. Lauren Spino. Now down low, a sharp angled shot, but a good one coming from Emily Prive. And it's taken back. Winterhawks, low shot kicked aside at the last second by White. Shamrocks desperately trying to get it out, and they will. A good clear off the stick of Kaylee Carteret. And it heads all the way down ice. Lauren Spino. Get the puck and move it forward. Nikki Legue, one of two Legues on this team. Stella Scott will circle it back, but a good read there by Sydney Valtor. And she clears the zone with just 9 seconds left on the power play. Haley Modlin will be set free. Dina Akers able to move it back, and we're back to even strength. Still no score here in the first period between the Boston Shamrocks and the NAHA Winterhawks. Nancy Benedict trying to move the puck forward. NAHA able to keep it in. It comes off the backboards to the side of the goal, and White will cover it up there. Bryn White, 7 games played for White entering today's game. 2-1-1 overall record, .356 save percentage entering the weekend to go, or .356 goals against average, to go with a .892 save percentage. Solid stats all around for the netminder White. Shamrocks looking to move things out now, but it's kept in by NAHA. Here's Holden with the puck. She gets a little help on the near side wall from Stella Scott. And now it moves slowly towards the net, but the first one there is Benedict for Boston, and she'll move it forward to center. Now it's swung back. Holden will dump it in and head to the bench for a change. Both teams get a couple new fresh players onto the ice. Now here's Riley Nichols, who had 3 good scoring chances on her last shift. And now a breakaway opportunity. 1-0, coming on in is Thompson. She shoots and scores! Kaylee Thompson goes a little dipsy-do, and how do you do? And the Shamrocks take the initial lead here on the Varsity rink. Kaylee Thompson. Just a nice little play there, a breakdown and a turnover in the neutral zone. And Boston takes advantage. 1-0 lead for the Shamrocks. Thompson looking for more right there. She wrists one high and then heads to the bench. Winterhawks looking to spring back. And offside going to be called here against NAHA. That goal scored at 5:28 in the first period. We'll double check on assists after the period break whenever I go down and communicate with the official scorer in between the boxes. But I do know for a fact it was Kaylee Thompson. A nice little backhand goal there, putting the Shamrocks in front. Here's Via Graves now with the puck. Will bank it off the near side glass, and it heads all the way down. Nancy Benedict able to retrieve it there, but it's stolen away by Emily Prive. Prive behind the net. Now Hannah Labby tries to move it forward. Instead, it comes right back and into the catching glove of Bryn White. Major Junior Division, U-19 division in this JWHL. Obviously, we've had a mix of both the U-19s and the U-16s here at Pegula Ice Arena on our two rinks, the Varsity and Community Rink. Good games to go all around. Here's Nichols with the puck. She'll circle back and now try to get some speed and look for the outlet pass. Found it in Hudinish, but she's unable to handle. And now the Shamrocks, another turnover. In swoops Nichols. Her shot goes high off the glass and all the way around to the near side now. Swooping in is Holden, Sophie Holden. 1-on-3 here. Try to get a shot up. A good stick by Trishelle Bunn. Deflects that to the near side corner, and right off the bench, there's a wrist shot that sails wide off the stick of Nikki Legue. Her sister Maggie, older sister Maggie, currently at Robert Morris, and Nikki is set to join the Colonials as well. Maggie Legue, one of the premier defenders in College Hockey America, the same conference of the Penn State Nittany Lions women's hockey team. They certainly call this rink their home. Now winning that race to the puck, and a little backhand, and then a shot off the side of the cage. A good couple chances there. Is Allie Legue, or excuse me, that was Ellie Markovsky with the second chance off the rebound. With some good speed from the Winterhawks, unable to convert on that one. Puck comes back out to center. And now back into the Boston zone where it's retrieved by Dina Akers. She'll play catch with Bunn. And now it's back to Akers. Winterhawks trying to get the forecheck going. It's pinned just in front of the Shamrocks bench. And now it squirts out to center. Reaching for it was Mark Stein for the Shamrocks. Couldn't quite control. And now Benedict will get it deep for Boston. Back first to retrieve is Delaney Bonifacio. She circles it around to Sydney Fess. Fess moves it ahead. Sonia Bjornsson with speed. Circles behind the net. Now she'll go all the way around, staying in the offensive zone. Give it up to the defense. It's circled back in again via Graves with it. Graves looking for some space. Finds it. And now a wrist shot goes right off the shoulder of White. Came off the stick of Nikki Legue. And back out to center where it's retrieved by Alexa Guay. Boston College commit. Looking to play for the Golden Eagles here in the future. Guay with the puck now. Guay moving on in. Guay shot. Stopped by the chest protector of Bryn White. A couple players take a tumble. Now a few more down there on the near side as the puck gets moved back into the NAHA end. Now swooping in, a turnover. Nichols with it. Nichols throws it in front, and it was deflected around. Maybe getting a piece of it was Brasillo there. And now the puck leaves the playing surface, and we have a stoppage of play. 9:52 into the remaining in the first period, just over the halfway point, and a 1-0 lead for the Boston Shamrocks. Kalia Thompson taking advantage of a Winterhawk turnover in the neutral zone, goes in all alone, one-on-one with the netminder Brasillo. Makes a nice move and gets the Shamrocks on the board, but a long stretch pass, a chance for Carly Forsberg. Forsberg coming in off the crossbar. Callie Forsberg with a great chance, but I think it hit off the upper 90. And now maybe a chance back for the Shamrocks, and a great save by Brasillo. Thompson was looking for her second, but denied that time by the Winterhawk netminder. Play opening up here just past the halfway point. Thompson will carry, working with Cataract now. Cataract will gain the red line and throw it in and head to the bench for a change. And it looks like we have an injured player behind the play. Looks like Ellie Markovsky may have had, looks like she was holding her helmet area or something like that. Hopefully she's okay. Able to skate off to the bench under her own power. We'll keep an eye on her. It looks like she seems to be all right for the most part. Getting a pat on the back from her Winterhawk coaching staff. Play continues now with Sydney Fess moving it along the near side. Fess now carrying it nicely. Will gain the blue line herself. A little sweet dish pass and a glove save. Off the shot by Kennedy Cooper, but White's able to make the stop with the left-handed glove. Boston. Right up the drop. Comes back out to center now, and here's Hannah Labby. Labby with the puck. She'll dump it in, turn around, and head to the bench for a change. Now a bank pass as the Winterhawks try to break out, and they throw it in deep. First to it is Ashley Keaveney, and now it's picked up by Houdinish. Sent back out to center. Good chip pass there. Unable to connect. Looking for Sophie Holden. Holden's going to be the first one to the puck here. Holden, nice centering pass. Just went off a stick. Winterhawks, that shot blocked. Thrown around. Stella Scott moves it out to the point. Now back to Scott on the half wall. Long range shot. Puck chipped up and behind and in. A goal from the Winterhawks. Unsure exactly who got it. There were a couple players in front there. We'll see who's first. Right now, we'll wait on an official call and get that goal to you for the Winterhawks. In between the periods, we'll get you the official call. But now we have a 1-1 hockey game as the Winterhawks able to tie things up here in the first period. That goal scored just a little past the 12-minute mark, and another chance for NAHA coming in, but the stick sends the puck up into the netting behind the goal. There was some traffic in front on that Winterhawks play, and I saw the puck get chipped up. It may have been chipped up by White, and it unfortunately, instead of going in the corner like most goaltenders are intending to do with that kind of puck, it just sort of glanced off her stick and shot over her head and into the goal. Long range wrist shot off the stick of Markstein's, easily fended aside by Busillo. Goal coming at 12:08 in the period for NAHA. Now working her way in all alone, and now off the rebound, a score from Holden. And just like that, after being down 1-0, good pursuit there, and walking on in first was Stella Scott, and she had all kinds of space, the LIU Brooklyn commit. She put the initial shot on goal. It was saved, but the rebound was cleaned up by Holden, and the Winterhawks now have a 2-1 lead. Back on the attack once again. Deflected shot to the far side corner. Pinching in is Graves. Now back out to the point. Bonifacio can't quite hold it in over the blue line, so she'll retreat along with Fess behind her own cage. Bank pass goes a little errant. Wasn't necessarily intended to go that way for Sydney Fess, but her teammate and goaltender Basillo able to stop that puck and freeze it, allow the Winterhawks to reset. So our scoring summary so far: first goal of the game from Kaylia Thompson of the Shamrocks at 5:28. She shoots right there, and that one stopped by Busillo. She gave the Shamrocks a the 1-0 lead to start, and then back-to-back goals from the Winterhawks, courtesy of Spino and Holden. And that's where we stand here in the first period with 6.5 minutes to play. Bunn will head back, give it to Akers. Now it's pushed ahead, but unable to connect there with Robertson and the Winterhawks. Battle for it there. Coming on in is Carteret. Carteret's shot stopped initially by Busillo, and then she covers up the rebound for another offensive zone draw for the Shamrocks. Great weekend of JWHL hockey here in the heart of Hockey Valley, Pagula Ice Arena. Very good chance that we see some of these players, one way or another, end up playing in this rink in the near future at the next level. And a turnover. Boston in the zone. A wrist shot sailed high off the stick of Labby. Comes to the near side. Lexi Guay moving it ahead. Another stolen puck there, and now Guay will take over once again. Some good stick handling from her. The blue liner moves on in, but offsides is the call. I believe Emily Prive had one too many steps ahead of the puck on that one. And the faceoff comes back out to the neutral zone. 2-1 the score. Winterhawks lead the Shamrocks. If I remember correctly, the Winterhawks wore their white uniforms yesterday with blue and red stripes. And they have a separate uniform here. Good chip pass out. Maudlin trying to chase after the puck, but good job retreating on the play by Bonifacio. She tries to get out of the zone, but Maudlin persistent on the puck, keeps it in. Banked back around. Bonifacio with under 5 minutes to go in the first period. Squirts it ahead to Scott. Scott to the near side. That low shot taken by Bjornsson, just wide of the mark. Riley Nichols dumps it in. She's had a productive first period. No goals yet, but she's had several good scoring opportunities. And she makes a nice play there to dump the puck in and get a change. Nancy Benedict tries to stand up Scott, but Scott throws it towards the goal mouth. Stick from Bunn. Sends that back to the back wall. Now moved to the near side. Here's Thompson playing catch with from Carteret. Thompson moving on in. Looking for some help. It's taken away from her. And now it's moved forward. Benedict. It's a little shove from behind from Forsberg. And now the puck turned over again. And it looks like we're going to have another penalty here. As back to get it is Boston, and that is who the penalty will be against. It's going to be a hooking call going against Nancy Benedict. Another power play opportunity coming up for the Winterhawks. They were unable to score on their initial opportunity. Right off the faceoff, the Shamrocks win the draw and throw it back down ice with 3:45 left here in the first period. Short-handed. Sydney Valtor trying to cause some havoc, but the Winterhawks come back with speed the other way. It's Markovsky playing catch and now getting it back. Moved to the center of the ice over to Darcy Johal. Johal working with Forsberg in the corner. Now Forsberg has it. Centering pass. And the shot sails high from Markovsky. It gets moved back out to center. 3:10 to go in the first period. Pushed ahead. Johal trying to make a nice move, but Bunn sweeps on in, steals that puck, and clears the zone. Shamrocks trying to keep the puck in the offensive end while shorthanded. Here comes Fess. Fess, centering pass, couldn't connect. To the far wall now, chipped ahead by Nichols. Back out to center. 2.5 minutes to play in the first period, excuse me. And now it's stolen by Thompson. Thompson in on goal, looking for another one. That's shot, second try, no! And the third one denied as well by Busillo. Emily Prive back the other way. Holden, already 1 goal on the day, throws it through the goal mouth all the way to the far side. Back to Holden, behind the net. Down beneath the red line, into the corner. Out to the blue line now. And a one-time attempt. May have gone wide. It was sticked aside by Thompson anyway. The power play has expired for the Winterhawks. And that long-range shot kicked aside by White. We're back to even strength as as Benedict was able to streamline for the bench to get another forward onto the ice. Benedict obviously being a defenseman, it would have been 3 defensemen versus 2 forwards on the ice, an unorthodox lineup to say the least. Winterhawks continue their control in the offensive zone with 1:15 remaining in the first period. They have a 1-goal lead. And now comes out, and a big slap shot by Guay is stopped. Brave thing to do there by Kalia Thompson. Blocking that shot. Puck gets all the way down ice for an icing. And 64 seconds remain in the first period. The Shamrocks communicating with White, their goaltender, on maybe how this defensive zone faceoff will go. Houdinish will take the draw for the Shamrocks. But it looks like Forsberg may have won the initial draw, but it heads all the way back down into the NAHA zone. Puck leaks out in front of the NAHA net, but now it's swept aside. Houdinish now gaining the blue line, tried to get it deep, and now does on a second effort. Gets sent around. Maudlin there for the Shamrocks. She'll feed it back deep, trying to get a cycle going, but the first one to it is going to be Lauren Spino. Sent in deep. 24 seconds remaining in the first period. Banked out to center. And chipped in. Maybe one last rush here for the Shamrocks. 10 seconds to play. It's held in by Keaveney. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty going against the Winterhawks here. And that will be called to begin the second period. It looks like it's going to be a hooking call against NAHA. So they will have 2 minutes on the power play coming up. 2-1 to score. NAHA leads. Shamrocks head in the power play to begin the second period. We'll be right back with that second period in just a moment. Second period underway here from the Varsity Rink. It's the Boston Shamrocks on the power play to begin this second period. A hooking call against Via Graves of the NAHA Winterhawks. So Shamrocks trying to set up shop on their own power play here. They're back in their own zone right now. Winterhawks doing a good job keeping it there. Now it's finally collected by Houdinish. The lone goal scorer for the Shamrocks, Thompson, moving it forward, rolls off her stick, and the Winterhawks able to clear the zone once again. Double check the scoring on those first couple goals. Thompson gets the unassisted marker in for the Shamrocks, and then it was Lauren Spino also getting the goal, getting the first goal for the Winterhawks, and then it was Holden from Scott and Fess on the go-ahead marker for NAHA. Shamrocks really no luck so far on the power play. They have 32 seconds left on it. Just haven't been quite able to set up in the offensive zone. Thompson will dump it deep and chase after it. Swooping in first will be Spino. Now gets sent off right off the bench is Nichols in a long drive. I think it might have bounced off of Thompson in front. Nonetheless, a good scoring chance there. 7 seconds left on the power play before Graves is set free. And now here's Nichols on the blue line. Nichols tries to throw it in, blocked initially, and now Graves, is out of the box. Bunn with a drive and a deflection in front. Some jostling after the play, but Busillo able to hang on for NAHA. Winterhawks 1-1 on the weekend, entering this one. A win over Balmoral Academy in their first game before falling to the Ottawa Lady 67s last night. Yesterday afternoon, the Shamrocks in their only game, falling to the Ridley College Tigers out of St. Catharines, Ontario. A nice block there from Riley Nichols that gets sent all the way down, swooped up by Bonifacio and moved ahead. Here's Jahal. Darcy Jahal poked off her stick at the last second, and now the Shamrocks will try to move it back out, but not if Sonia Bjornson has something to say about it. Her low wrist shot glances off the stick of the goaltender White. Now sent out in front, and another chance for Bjornson. A bouncing puck fluttered a little high, but White able to sprawl on it and freeze the puck. Just under 3 minutes into this second period of play. Bouncing puck and another goal for the Winterhawks. Cleaning up the garbage on that one was Sonia Bjornson. She had a good shift on the last shift right before. In favor of the Winterhawks. Providence College commit, they're having a stellar season right now, are the Friars. They actually visited this building earlier this season and split with the Nittany Lions. And now they've moved as far up as, I believe, 7th in the women's college hockey rankings. It's either 7th or 8th, but regardless, it's a very good spot for them. They've been playing very well this season. Maureen Murphy has been spectacular for them. They're playing well, only, I believe, 15-3 entering the year. And it looks like we're going to have offside called here on the Shamrocks, but Again, the goal scored by Bjornsson at 3:05 in the second period. The Winterhawks have scored 3 unanswered after the Shamrocks took the initial lead. Shamrocks trying to change their luck and get things back on track. Here's Cataract working it back to Bunn now. Plays catch with Akers in the defensive left circle. Fed ahead, Cataract, and now swooping in to help out was Robertson. She'll dump it into the corner. Bonifacio able to swoop away, but now Robertson gets it again, takes a whack at it, can't connect with the puck. Winterhawks get it back out to center. Robertson will deflect this one in to prevent the icing. And Bonifacio first back to it. She leaves it for Spino. Now here comes Riley Nichols. Nichols sends it in, chases after it. We'll get there first. Backhand pass intercepted. Now it's chipped up. And that's going to be an delayed offsides there. The Shamrocks have to retreat. Now coming with speed is Alexi Guay. Guay trying to make a move around the corner. Stood up there by Dyer. And fed back around. Benedict working for the puck. Gets some help there from Modlin. And it's circled back down once again. Darcy Jahal leaves it for Markovsky. Markovsky moving down. Fess spinning. Houdinish able to get there. And then the puck's cleared all the way down ice. That'll be an icing, allowing the Shamrocks and Winterhawks to change here. 14:04 to play in the second period. A 3-1 lead off 3 unanswered goals from the North American Hockey Academy. Here comes Sophie Holden. She has 1 goal in today's game already. Now Hannah Labby. Before it's circled back. Now fed off and banked off the near side wall. Holden looking for her second goal of the game. That shot goes a little low and wide. Now Thompson circling it back. Cataract will be the first one there. Bunn just in front of her. Now Cataract, the forward, chipping it ahead to Bunn. Back to Bunn now, down the left wing. She'll throw it deep and head on in after it. With Cataract, the center, covering back for her. Now Bunn trying to work the give and go with Thompson. Unable to work there. It gets fed all the way down ice. That's going to be an icing. Against the Winterhawks. It's 4:20 today. NAHA is expected to play again on this rink. They'll take on the Washington Pride in a matchup of the top 2 teams in the U-19 standings. Meanwhile, Boston will be back in action tonight at 8:10 right here also in the Varsity rink. So 1 more game apiece for both teams in today's action. A wrist shot from Keaveney, blocked in front by the Winterhawks, and they'll counter the other way. Shot goes through the goal mouth, but nothing doing, all the way to the near side. A long stretch pass connected with Labby. Labby, nice little pass there, going in on goal, and we're going to have a penalty there as Sydney Baltor was hooked up, and went down to the ice. A nice little give and go play there. The Shamrocks able to break out from their defensive end. A long stretch pass. Labby gets the puck. Nice little pass to Valtor, and Valtor was hooked up by Alexi Guay, who now heads to the sin bin, and the Shamrocks with a perhaps good power play opportunity here. They did not have very many scoring opportunities on their initial power play chance to begin the second period, but now they set up shop in the offensive zone. Puck shot up high and now trickles to the corner. Carteret there, moving it back to the point. Shot down low, comes to the near side corner now where it's picked up by Benedict. Benedict trying to center and instead taken away. Lee Prive works it ahead. Now Markovsky is able to dump it deep. Prive, first one to it, and now it's intercepted by Carteret, and the Shamrocks will try to reset their power play. Beginning with Keaveney, now to Carteret. Near side now, off the skate of Houdinish, but she's able to get there in the corner. Leaves it for Thompson. Thompson. Now to Nichols. Nichols, low shot. Houdinish was on the back door, but couldn't quite connect on the play, and now it squirts all the way out to center. And Forsberg with speed, throws it off the side of the cage, and Bunn will take over. 10:35 remaining in the second period. Boston on the power play, down 2. Could certainly use a goal here to pull back within 1 after 3 unanswered goals from NAHA. Here's Katrina Dyer. Centering pass. Sticked around, and now it's moved forward. Sonia Bjornsson, latest goal scorer for the Winterhawks, leaves it for Nikki Legue, and that shot's deflected wide. And then a long-range shot taken by Bjornsson as she heads to the bench. We're at the halfway point in the second period. Kalia Thompson runs into the referee there. Unfortunate for her. She lost the puck, and it gets sent back in. And now we are back to even strength with Alexi Guay on the ice. For the Winterhawks. Hannah Labby will chip it in. She needs to go to the bench for a change. Nice outlet passing for NAHA, but they're unable to connect there on the last one and lose their speed moving through the neutral zone, allowing Boston to take over. Boston trying to force the turnover on the forecheck again, and they do, but it's just off the stick of Keaveney, and now Winterhawks streaking down the left wing. It's Fest with speed. Fest in on goal. She couldn't get the shot off until that last one right there, but that one stopped by Busilla. I think she maybe wasn't too many deeks, tried to go back to the forehand and just couldn't. Stood her ground and made the save. Puck shot up high and off the back glass. Houdinish dump it behind the net. Squirts out kind of dangerously as Busillo couldn't cover it up there, but Shamrock's unable to come up with that rebound there. But Nichols with the drive. It gets all the way through. A good stop by Busillo, who was screened in front. Nichols chips it to the corner. Maudlin there. Back out to the point. Here's Benedict. Tried to go cross ice. One too many. Winterhawks sticks in the way there. Benedict tries to keep it in again, but it's blocked there. And now another chance. Here comes Forsberg. Her shot goes wide and off the glass. .7:45 to play in the second period. Winterhawks still lead 3-1. That puck off a stick and way back into the netting for a face-off in the Boston zone to our left. Tonight's game will be the final game of the weekend for the Winterhawks as they take on the Washington Pride. But meanwhile, Boston will have one more game, and that will be tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. when they take on the New England Hockey Club. Here comes Bunn. Puck skips out to the neutral zone. Thompson tried to corral it at her feet. Gets shoved into the corner. And Winterhawks with a good try there. But Bjornsson, her shot gets towed away. And now Labby with the puck. Labby looking for some space. Tried to find her teammate in front. Couldn't get it to her. But now they're working behind the zone. Kennedy Cooper moving it ahead. And here's Stella Scott now looking for Cooper. Couldn't quite get it to her. Good defense there from Nancy Benedict. It's fed along to the near side now. Sent back in front. No one home for the Winterhawks. Back deep. Scott battling there with Keaveney. And now in the slot. Thrown in front, and it goes just in between the legs of White, but she's able to hold it there. Good scoring chance for the Winterhawks just after Boston had a good try on the other end. It's been a good hockey game in terms of chances for both teams. I think I'd definitely put it in favor of the Winterhawks thus far, but the Shamrocks, while they have had a couple opportunities, in fewer opportunities, they still have been good chances. Obviously, the one of the breakaway chances that they've had ended up with a goal off the stick of Kalia Thompson. Winterhawks enter the zone, and that's thrown across the goal mouth, and no one there to clean it up. Gets sent back the other way by Boston. That's going to be an icing call. The goal scorers in this one, Thompson at 5:28 for the Shamrocks in the first period, followed up by Lauren Spino's goal on that weird shot. She shot it out on the blue line. I think White made the initial save, but it chipped up and over her and back into the net. And White may have even backed up and accidentally bumped the puck into her own goal. But that was the second goal scored at 12:08 in the first. And then it was Holden from Scott and Fess at 12:50 in the first, so less than a minute later. And then the only goal we've seen in this second period from Sonia Bjornsson at 3:05 made it a 3-1 game where we stand currently. 4.5 minutes to play in the second now. Cataract tried to redirect it on goal, but it instead goes right to Busillo, and she makes the stop there. Busillo playing a solid game thus far. She's had a couple good spurts of saves. Maybe not quite as much action as Bryn White, but still standing tall to the task. Wrist shot, heavy wrist shot from Katrina Dyer. Hits the back wall. Kept in nicely on the blue line. Can't quite keep it in are the Shamrocks. And yes, there's the offside call. Didn't believe that Sydney Valtor kept that puck in. It did just creep over the blue line, and now this faceoff comes back out to the neutral zone. Here's Alexi Guay. Backhand pass. That one's held in initially by Keaveney, but now coming with speed. It's Fess. Fess. Puck just leaked off her stick at the last second, and Bjornsson tried to get a second crack at it, but instead comes to the near side corner. Worked out to the point. Holden. Cross ice looking for Fess. Fess will feed it down low for Bjornsson. Now Emily Pryve. Back to Holden. Good puck movement from the Winterhawks here. Here's Guay. Guay looking for a shooting lane. Fires it off the back wall. Sharp angled shot off the side of the cage. Shamrock's able to retrieve it now with 4:23 to go in the second period. And I believe the net came off its bearings there. And it did. And that's why we have the stoppage of play. Here's Stella Scott. Must say, one of the faster skaters I've seen on the ice today has been Stella Scott, the LIU Brooklyn commit. She's in front of the net, trying to cause some havoc, but now Trishelle Bunn tries to get it moved out, but now there's Scott once again, posting up in front of the net. Redirect went wide, but she's able to keep it going for the Winterhawks. An errant pass sends it all the way back down to the NAHA zone, where Nikki Legue retreats and fires it back ahead. Scott lifts the stick. But it's Thompson now. Now fed back in. Joe Hall on the backhand. Nice little feed there. Good save by White. As Nikki Legue had a good chance on the backhand after a nice We're under 2.5 minutes to play in the second period. NAHA, dressed in their blue uniforms with blue and red stripes. 2-goal advantage over the Boston Shamrocks in their white sweaters with green trim. The next game here on the Varsity rink will feature the North American Hockey Academy U-16 squad taking on Mount Academy. Mount Academy actually gave the U-16 Winterhawks their first loss of the season in the first game here at Pagula Ice Arena. First loss of the season in the first game this weekend, and now they'll rematch with NAHA looking for revenge. That game will be right here on the Varsity rink, set for a 12:30 start. Meanwhile, some action going on in the community rink at the moment. Finishing up are the Washington Pride and the Ridley College Tigers in what is a very good U-19 matchup as well. Puck deflected in on net by Holden. A good chance from her, but it's kicked out by White. And now a turnover. A good shooting lane there for Sonia Bjornsson, looking for her second goal of the game. White stands tall. Now Guay playing catch. Here's Nikki Legue circling, looking for a shooting lane. Finds one, but it's blocked by Hannah Labby. Labby looks to be laboring after that a little bit. Now she's going to head to the bench as it gets thrown down deep. We're under a minute to go here in the second period. Emily Pryde. Check there by Nichols. Shamrocks trying to get one before the horn. Cut into the lead that the Winterhawks have built. And I believe they had one too many players on the ice there. Luckily, it was not called for the Shamrocks, and they come back the other way. Long wrist shot taken and held by Busillo, and a big collision there. It looks like Nichols, who took that shot initially, got hit, and now she's down on the ice, and it looks like she's laboring. Hope that she's okay there. It seemed to be a bit of a nasty hit. You hope Riley Nichols will be okay here. She's been one of the better players on the ice so far in this game for the Shamrocks. Entered the weekend with 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points on the year, and it's good to see her up right now. Doesn't look like she's skating on that left leg, however. We'll, have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully she's okay. A bit of a odd collision, may have, obviously ran into the goal too. We play on with 28.9 seconds left in the second period. Boston, an offensive zone face-off, and they'll control it. Labby keeping it in. A power play here for the Shamrocks, actually, and a good chance on goal, but it's denied. I believe they called the penalty after the hit. It was Nikki Legue, it looks to be in this box. Time winding down in the second. Short-handed, Bjornsson throws it wide of the cage. It's in the corner now. 3 seconds, 2 and 1. Labby regains control. And that's how the period will come to an end. So power play carries over for the Shamrocks, but a goal from Sonia Bjornsson in the second period extends the NAHA lead to 3-1. We'll take a short break. They'll clean the ice, and we'll be back for the final 20 minutes of action in just a few moments right here from Pacula Ice Arena on the campus of Penn State University. Third period about to get underway here from the Varsity Rink at Pegula Ice Arena. This JWHL matchup. The NAHA Winterhawks currently leading the Boston Shamrocks 3-1 in this U-19 matchup. Boston just getting back onto the ice after the period break at the moment. But Boston ended up scoring the first goal in this game. And now 3 unanswered tallies from the Winterhawks has put them ahead. Boston, however, gets a long power play carrying over from the first period. I shouldn't say long. It was just a standard 2-minute power play. But only a couple seconds ran off the clock whenever the penalty was given initially. So they have just a little bit under a full power play to begin this third period, and they could certainly use a goal to start the frame. Final on the community rink in another big-time U-19 matchup. Ridley College Tigers come out on top of the Washington Pride, score 2-1 from the few seconds I caught of that game during the period break. Looked to be a highly competitive and very energetic game. So congrats to Ridley College for coming out on top on that one. We have one more period to go here on the Varsity Rink. Again, both these teams have one game remaining on the Varsity Rink as well. Today. Houdinish wins the draw and Bunn with it. Bunn slowly moving it ahead. Now she'll decide to circle back. Try to get some space for this Boston power play to set up in the offensive zone. Here's Hannah Labby. Just rolls off her stick as she tried to spin and move with the puck. It gets sent down. A race for the puck there, but it's sticked aside by Bryn White. She's played a solid game in net for the Shamrocks. Boston trying to change here, and it gets stopped there, and we might have too many players on the ice because they were caught in the middle of a change and the puck just so happened to come back. Shamrocks had a little bit of a hiccup when it came to their changing lines in that late in that second period. They weren't called for too many skaters penalty, but that time they do get called, so we have 4-on-4 now. And a block shot. Here's Cataract. Cataract with the puck, trying to make a move, but a good sweeping play by Fess to come back and get the puck off her stick. And it's soon going to be a NAHA power play here as Nikki Legue is now out of the box. A power play for the Winterhawks. Legue heads to the bench. Onto the ice is Markovsky, and she keeps it in the zone. Markovsky now on the low wall. Chipped down low for Forsberg. Forsberg circling. Gives it to Alexi Guay. Guay moving with the puck. Plays catch there with Stella Scott. Scott looking cross ice for Jahal. Can't quite get it to her, and now it's cleared down ice by the Shamrocks. 17:50 to play in the third period. A 2-goal advantage for NAHA. NAHA, of course, out of Stowe, Vermont, making the trip down to Central Pennsylvania for this weekend. What's been a very, very solid weekend and a good event for the JWHL and a top-notch facility like Pegula Ice Arena. Here's Jahal with it. Down the left wing. Tries to get it deep. But it's stopped there and whacked down into the Winterhawks zone. Just 10 seconds remaining on the penalty being served by Katrina Dyer, the too many skaters penalty. And there's the expiration. She's out of the box. We're back to even strength as Boston spent the last couple seconds on that penalty kill in the offensive zone. And now the puck fed down once again. Nancy Benedict will be first to it. Feeds it up the wall, looking for, Taylor Markstein. And now Benedict circling with the puck. Good play from her there. She feeds it to open space. Labby tried to send it deep. And now off the bench, it's Bunn. The Shamrocks were changing the D pairing behind the play. And now Bunn skating forward with it. Tried to get it deep. Couldn't all the way. And Graves tried to whack it forward. Now it's back into the NAHA zone. Bonifacio moving it ahead. Stopped there by Markstein. She'll dump it deep. 16 minutes to go in the third period. Catterett on the forecheck. Pressuring Sydney Fess. Fess relieves the pressure by getting it to Stella Scott. Scott with some speed. NAHA almost got caught with too many players. Scott moving in. Scott, shot, goal! What an individual effort by Stella Scott. She carried the puck all the way. Commit. With her first goal of the game at the 4:20 mark in the third period, and that's a commanding 3-goal lead for the Winterhawks. So the NAHA goal scored by Spino, Holden, Bjornsson, and Scott in this one. 4 unanswered tallies from NAHA. And now they're looking for more. Here's Nikki Legue. Cross ice, looking for Guay. Couldn't quite connect, but Guay able to keep it in. Now making a nice move is Joe Hall. Joe Hall down on the red line. Dangling on the backhand. Now leaves it. Spino. Left there. Here's Pride. Pride back out to the point. Long range drive taken by Bonifacio. Missed the mark, but then a second try. That one by Spino is held by White. We have a timeout called here by the Shamrocks, just trying to regroup after that last goal, I believe. Looking at both of these rosters, total of 17 college commits between the two teams, 14 on NAHA and 3 on Boston. I see several players, 3 different players, in fact, going to Robert Morris, committed to Robert Morris in the form of Meryl Wagner, Ellie Markovsky, and Nikki Legue, already committed to play at Robert Morris. And if that's the case, they will play at least 2 games a season here in this rink as the road team, playing against the Nittany Lions in College Hockey America. Conference that also includes RIT, Mercyhurst, Lindenwood, and Syracuse. Here's Via Graves with the puck for the Winterhawks. She'll throw it to the near side. Bunn will take it there. Now fresh off the bench. And it looks like we have too many skaters on the ice for NAHA as the puck, again, was sent just in front of the benches. And as someone played it, there was another person on the ice. So now it's the Winterhawks' turn in the penalty box for too many skaters as Holden will head there to serve the team penalty. Holden, the 2019 defenseman, heading to St. Lawrence. So power play try for Boston, and they could certainly use a goal here to try to climb back within 2. Here's Thompson, the lone goal scorer for the Shamrocks. On the goal line, throws it in front. Bouncing puck, tried whack that by a couple other Shamrocks. They can't connect. And the Winterhawks able to clear the zone. Kennedy Cooper tries to be the first one there, but it's moved along by White. Here's Keaveney. To Corderette now. Corderette banks it back for Keaveney, and now with some space, it's Benedict. She pulls up just over the blue line. Benedict surveying the scene, thought about shooting, instead passes it over to Keaveney. Keaveney, a good play by Houdinish to keep it in. Shot on goal may have been deflected, but it's kicked aside by Busillo. Off the bench, Labby for Houdinish. Keaveney looks backdoor, that's sticked aside. Labby into the slot, her shot into the catching equipment of Busillo. Busillo enters with impressive numbers on the season. 5-1 record, 156 goals against average, and a stellar .936 save percentage for the 2020 netminder. Here's Labby. 41 seconds to go on this power play. Labby off the half wall. Now it's banked down low. Maudlin back out to the point. Bunn, her shot through traffic, blocked aside. Labby in after it again. Now it comes out to Bunn. Under 30 seconds left on the skater advantage. And now a turnover as Scott is able to get to it for the Winterhawks and send it all the way down ice. White will have to move the puck. Can't quite. She's pressured by Forsberg on the play. And now finally gets some help from Katrina Dyer. She goes behind her own net. 4 seconds left on the too many skater penalty, and now we're back to even strength. And a shot there as Scott tried to go upstairs with it, and it gets worked around to the near side boards. Or excuse me, the far side boards. Working her way in is Jahal, taking off her stick. And now Houdinish trying to move it forward. The puck fed in front, dangerous try there, and another try, but that one is saved. What a sprawling stop by Ryan Brusillo. Brusillo making the sprawling stop there. She got the glove up to make that save. Big time athletic play from the goaltender for the Winterhawks. Here's Holden into the offensive zone. Errant pass. Moves its way into the corner now. Keaveney leaves it for Carteret. Now back to Keaveney. She reverses. It's chipped forward. Now it's a race for the puck. Thompson will be the first one to it. Get some help from Robertson now. It's fed along to the near side. Pinching in is Dyer. Back out to center. 1-on-3, it's Emily Prive. Now 1-on-4. Prive just trying to wait for some help as her team's changing behind the play. That pass sticked away by Hannah Labby. Labby will chase after it now, and that's going to go for an icing. .9:59 left in the third period. NAHA with the 3-goal advantage over Boston. NAHA controls the draw, but now the puck's moved out to center. Trying to dump it in with Spino, and now it finally gets in as Bjornsson, who has a goal in this one, as does Spino, gets it deep. Winterhawks set up the cycle. Here's Scott. Impressive goal for NAHA on the last one. It's thrown in and blocked by Maudlin. Kept in at the blue line nicely by Bonifacio. A long-range drive into the blocker of White. Taken by Spino. Bonifacio's drive hits the back wall. And now Bunn finally able to get it out of the zone for Boston. Tries to lug it forward, and now will finally get it deep. Some players changing behind the play. Wrapped around. Bonifacio will be first to touch it up. Sends it forward. Looking for Forsberg off her stick. And now it scutters back into the Winterhawk end, but a good bank pass forward. Here's Jahal. Jahal looking for help, and a good shot there, but a better save by White. The shot coming from Markovsky. Good kick save with the right pad from White, preventing a goal for her. Off the bench, Graves shoots it in, and that gets stopped there. Is now White. I think that puck was caught in her equipment. It gets stopped there, and she gives the puck back to the referee. We have 8:17 to play in this matchup. Again, both these teams with one more game on today's slate. And the Shamrocks also have a game tomorrow to be played as well. Bit of helter-skelter in front of the net here. This NAHA looking for more, and that one is also saved. Good slap shot taken by Fess, but it goes up into the equipment of White, and she's taking a look at her mask right now. She was seen to be like shaking her head a couple times there. Not sure if maybe something was loose and she was trying to get it back into place or whatever, but she signals she's ready to roll, and the puck's dropped. Bunn chips it up to the far corner. NAHA working it out to the point, kept in by Guay. Now it's Graves walking the blue line. Keeping it in for Holden now. Holden circling, looking for a shooting lane, blocked by Labby, but it still makes its way to White. And now a drive. That one also blocked by Labby. Shamrocks just trying to clear the zone. Labby reached for the puck there and ends up losing her stick. And it's going to be a delayed offside, fortunately for the Shamrocks, as they get some breathing room, trying to move the puck the other way. Chasing in after it is Riley Nichols. Good to see her back on the ice. She was banged up earlier in the game, and now she's back on the ice. Takes a tumble there. Now NAHA moving it forward. Here's Scott looking for her second consecutive goal. Taken away from her. Fed forward. We're at the 7-minute remaining mark here in the third period. Still a 3-goal lead, 4-1 for the NAHA Winterhawks over the Boston Shamrocks on the Pagula Ice Arena Varsity Rink, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions. Wrist shot by Cooper. sails wide. Rattles itself all the way around to the far side boards. Battle for it there. Now it's going to be Carteret moving it forward, trying to get it over the red line, but it's stolen from her. Taken away by Cooper again. Carteret, some nice stick handling there on the backhand now. Carteret, her backhand chip into the equipment of Ryan Busillo. 6:13 to go in the third. NAHA trying to enter the zone. Some good individual effort there from Sydney Fest to keep the puck alive for the Winterhawks. And now they finally do get the zone. Nice little pass there to Markovsky. Markovsky then has it taken away from her, and it's all the way to the near side now, just in front of the scorer's booth and the penalty boxes. A stoppage there, and offside. Bringing the puck back out to center. Markstein will chip it in. It's touched up there by Busillo and left for her defense. Nikki Legue moving it forward, but that's intercepted by Bunn. Now banked ahead, maybe a 2-on-1 developing. Low shot there, tried to go 5-hole on a second try. Taken by Prive, couldn't score on either. And a long range shot there from Graves into the glove hand of White, but unable to hang on. And then another try from Prive. Gets patted aside, and now it's sent down for icing. Still a 4-goal lead for the Winterhawks over the Shamrocks. 4:36 left to play. Boston scored the initial goal in the first period to get things started. But then ever since it's been 4 unanswered from NAHA. Now here's Guay, long range drive off the side, back behind the cage, and then an ensuing shot off the side of the cage. Work back out to center now. Legue in after it, watched by Nichols. Player loses her stick there. It's Cooper losing the grip on it. Now the puck worked behind by Guay. Maudlin trying to keep it there. Nichols looking cross ice. Keaveney with a wrist shot, and that's into the glove of Busillo. And right off the draw, a good wrist shot there from Thompson, also gloved by Busillo. She's played a very nice game, as her stats would indicate and predict throughout the year. Again, coming in with that 5-1 record, a 156 goals against average, 936 save percentage. Puck chipped up just behind her there. Only the one blemish on the scorecard for her, and it was a stellar effort individually, as that shot goes off the post by Bunn, but it was a good individual effort by Thompson on a 1-on-0 breakaway. It was just Busillo and Thompson against each other. golden opportunity there for Boston as Bunn rings one off the post. Now here's Thompson working down low. 3 minutes to play in the third period. Thompson steals the puck. And now tic-tac-toe. No one can control the puck and get a possession of it. Scooped up by Forsberg finally. Forsberg able to throw it to open ice. And now Boston tries to move it ahead as NAHA has a change going on. Dyer gets it deep. To the far side now, Holden. Kicked off a skate. It's taken by Valtor. Thrown across. Swooping in, and grabbing the puck is Graves with some speed now. Looking ahead. Can't connect with Holden. It's going to go all the way down ice for an icing. 2:18 to go in this one. Again, both teams have another game to play today right here on the Varsity Rink. First one of those two will be NAHA taking on the Washington Pride. That game will be at 4:20, and then Boston has the nightcap against the Ottawa Lady 67s at 8:10, and a shot from the point and a score. It's Nancy Benedict from long range. Gets past Busillo, and that's the second goal of the game. To score 2 in this next 2:11, but you never know. You got to have one, and then you got to get a next one, and then you got to get another one after that. But there's the first one from Nancy Benedict. That's her third goal of the season. And a nice seeing eye shot there. And now Boston has some life, and another try there. A one-time shot by Hudenish. Now NAHA tries to clear the zone, and they get into the offensive end. Wrist shot taken by Cooper. Sails a bit wide. Benedict, the second goal scorer with the puck, and now it's backhanded all the way down ice, and that's going to go for an icing. Players will change. 1:40 remaining. 4-2 now our score. Face off to the left of White in the Shamrock zone. Work forward. Robertson tries to feed Bunn just out of her reach, and it's sent back in by Guay. Maybe a 2-on-1 here. Scott tries to find the streaking Bjornsson, but can't get it on her stick. 1:20 left. Kept in by Robertson. Robertson to try again, and now maybe a 2-on-1 instead. Bjornsson just going to come in, leaves it back for Scott, and Cataret will take over. Cataret flubs off her stick on the initial try, and she's trying to get it ahead with under a minute to play now, down 2. But Scott making another good move, coming in, and the puck still loose in front. And there's a try. Jahal, it sails to the back glass. And Cataret's without her stick. She's just playing soccer with the puck right now. 42 seconds remaining. 40 now. Banked off the near side glass. Intercepted by Spino. Spino dumps it in. Spino with the goal today, along with Holden, Bjornsson, and Scott for the Winterhawks. Thompson and Benedict, the tallies for the Shamrocks. Chipped in. Busillo watches that go past her. 15 seconds to play here in the third period. Labby working on the wall. To Valtor. Long drive taken by Keaveney. Sails wide. 4 seconds remaining. And circling back with the puck is Nikki Legue. And time will expire. Another victory for the NAHA Winterhawks. They are now 2-1 on the weekend here in their U-19 action with this win. Shamrocks dropped to 0-2 thus far on the weekend. They have a chance with their game coming up this evening against the Ottawa 67s to get their first win of the weekend. They will also have another try tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. here on the Varsity Rink against New England Hockey Academy. NAHA, just one game left on the slate for the weekend. It'll be a big one. The Washington Pride are their opponent, and that will be at 4:20. So 4-2, the final score. NAHA comes out on top. Thanks for listening, everyone. This is Kevin Stocovy signing off from the Pecula Ice Arena Varsity Rink. 4-2, NAHA beats Boston.